we are dealing with what we call a polar maritime air mass, something that we haven't dealt with in a few years. Last time we had one was right around Christmas of 2022. That was also the last time we experienced afternoon temperatures this cool. So not only were our highs today in Fort Myers, Naples, and Punta Gorda the coldest highs ever recorded on this day in history at these three main reporting sites, they also marked the coolest afternoons since Christmas of 2022 for Punta Gorda and Fort Myers, and for Naples, it was the coolest afternoon since January 11th of 2010. Did a little bit of digging there. Let's take you live now down to the beach. Definitely dreary conditions for anybody venturing off to the beach this afternoon. Not exactly the prettiest of conditions. We're still in the upper 40s and lower 50s. Even as we speak, temperatures are running cooler than the normal low for this time of year. Right now we're at 49 degrees for Lehigh Acres as well as Arcadia. Sanibel, Naples right now sitting at 51 overall, very consistent temperatures just because we're all dealing with that same chilly air mass and those very low hanging clouds also producing some of those light spotty rain showers out there. We certainly have that misty drizzle, and that's going to be the name of the game as we head through the rest of this evening into tomorrow morning. So heads up, we will be dealing with some areas of reduced visibility. At this point, technically it is just haze. I know it kind of looks hazy there on the horizon, but it's not until that visibility drops to a half mile or less that we really start to see those big impacts. This is what it looks like right now in Port Charlotte from the Sunseeker Resort, Charlotte Harbor, crossing over the Peace River, heading down 41. Temperatures right now in Port Charlotte are sitting around 50 degrees. Obviously high humidity. Winds are currently out of the north around 9 miles per hour. So what I'm watching for those visibilities to drop to a half mile or less. Of course, if they drop to a quarter mile or less, then it is officially dense fog. But for now, we're simply just seeing that misty drizzle outside, and that's what we're going to be stuck with for the rest of this evening heading into tomorrow morning. So similar to this morning, you'll want those layers as you step out for your Friday morning. It's going to be even colder. Widespread low and mid 40s are expected. And then as we head into the afternoon, gradually, very slowly, we'll see those clouds erode as that area of low pressure shifts into the Atlantic. So by 3:30, flow still chilly out of the north and northwest, but we are expecting a little bit more sunshine. So finally a shot of some vitamin D for the second half of your Friday. Clear skies are expected overnight, and that's going to set us up for an exceptionally cold start for your Saturday morning. Saturday morning expected to be flirting with record territory. In Fort Myers, I'm currently forecasting to tie that record low of 37 degrees. So it really puts in perspective, that's the kind of air mass that we're dealing with right now. As for tomorrow morning, we'll be starting off around 39 degrees in Arcadia, 41 for Punta Gorda as well as Port Charlotte, 45 in Fort Myers. Let's factor in that wind, and this is what it's going to be feeling like on your skin. More like 35 degrees in Arcadia, 36 for Port Charlotte as well as Punta Gorda, 39 for Lehigh Acres. Even Naples will be feeling more like the mid 40s. So certainly a morning you'll want to make sure to layer up. We do have cold weather advisories in effect for Charlotte, DeSoto, and Sarasota counties tonight because that's where the worst of the wind chills are expected. But I suspect all of us will go into those cold weather advisories tomorrow night as we experience the coldest night in years. Now, as for your Saturday afternoon, we climb back to the upper 60s. The mid 70s make a return for your Sunday.